Well, I feel we have to talk about the cup final. Newcastle already there. Eddie Howe at the helm. It's a big, big day for every single Magpie fan out there. So it's a big day for Manchester United. It's been, what, 5 years plus since they've last won a trophy. Yeah. They came close several times already, and they'll be looking to finally do it. But of course, you'll be hoping that's the opposite case. Nick Pope can't play. Dubravka is cup-tied. He was at Manchester United earlier this season, which means Loris Karius, who hasn't been involved in a match since 2021 in February. That's 2 years ago. 2 years he hasn't played. Union Berlin was the last time he laced up his boots and put on his gloves for a match.
Talk about being rusty, then.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so what a stat that could be, that your one and only game for Newcastle could be in the cup final and you lifting the silverware. The way this season's going, with all the storylines, wouldn't it be unbelievable that it's probably written in the stars? It goes to penalties, and he saves the win, and he saves the penalty and scores the winning penalty, and off they go.
De Gea, because remember when they got to the Europa League final, United, and De Gea was the one that missed the penalty. There could be retribution for him there, perhaps, for both keepers.
Yeah, there's so many fascinating storylines. One thing I will say, I was fortunate enough to play in the semi-final of the FA Cup with Newcastle when we played Chelsea at Wembley. It's a home game. So, yes, Man United are the biggest club in the world. I'm telling you, on that day, Newcastle will make it feel like a home game. Yeah. They will be like the 12th man for Newcastle. Yeah. Bruno's back. We talked about how big a player he is. Bruno's back. They've took off players today.
Well, Casemiro's back as well.
Yeah, I'm just going from a Newcastle point of view. They've took off players today to give them a bit more recovery time. So hopefully Newcastle are fully, obviously Pope's not playing, but they've got real key players back and firing, and obviously you've got Rashford. The storyline of Rashford just cannot stop goals scoring at the moment. So it's a fascinating game. You'd say Man United are favourites, but you never know with Newcastle.
Well, I was there when you lifted the trophy, that exact trophy, the League Cup. I was in the stadium covering it, and you scored a penalty in the shootout as well.
Shut my eyes and all for the best, and it worked.
Nervous?
Very.
Was that a nerve-wracking game in general, not just the penalty?
Yeah, it was difficult in terms of that we were expected to win. We played a championship team in Cardiff, but cup finals, semi-finals are never that easy. That, you know, everyone expects it just to turn up and roll out and win 3-4-0. It's a massive game for them. Like I say, they're underdogs. There's no pressure on them to win. They took us to penalties. They could have won it. We missed our first two with, I think, Steven Gerrard missed. Your reliable man. Charlie Adam missed. He was our next penalty taker. He missed. Then you're going along the line thinking, is anybody going to score? They missed a couple. Like I say, nerves play a massive part in it. And we sort of got over the line, but it was a very, very difficult game. And like I say, everyone on paper thought we'd win 3 or 4-0. It's never, ever like that. But on the other hand, I hope Newcastle in this final win it. This is coming from a Middlesbrough fan.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I just think when you come here, I was saying to Kieron, what an atmosphere, what a place to play here. You know, wherever they go, Newcastle, they'll make it a home game. They always have amazing crowds, amazing fans, and they'll back them all the way.
Now, that's very much from the heart. What about the head? Who's going to win?
I think Man United might nick it, I'll be honest. Just the form Rashford and people like that are in, I think they'll just get over the line, but it won't be easy.
You gave me a look there, Kieron.
You'd say Man United are the favourites. They've got the form. Newcastle, like you said, they've been drawing a lot of games. They've lost today. They've hit a bit of a blip. You've got probably the most informed player in Rashford at the moment. Bruno's firing. We're talking about Bruno. You mentioned up Casemiro, what a player he is for Man United. So everything's pointing in the direction of Man United,
and Karius in goal.
Yeah, of course, which is no one knows what to expect. He could be rusty and come for crosses and miss it, or he could have the game of his life. So you'd say Man United are the favourites, but it's a cup final and form goes out the window.
Steve Harper's still at the club though, right?
Yeah.
Short-term contract, one-game contract maybe.
Shay's probably out somewhere doing some. He'll probably get his boots back on and do a job as well.
Doing the paperwork upstairs as we speak. Okay.